walk and talk time with Karma. Wanted to get out a bit earlier, but trying to kick out the jams, trying to look out. You know, I probably have to do another Epstein update on top of the Epstein video I did earlier today with Courtney Love, etc., etc. Hopefully we are public, right? If we're public, thumbs this video up. Anybody chatting there? Anybody? Bueller? Hopefully we didn't hit unlisted. That'll be terrible. It happens sometimes. Anyway, here's the deal. We're going to be putting out another Epstein video today for sure, but I want to talk Tulsi Gabbard really quick. Can you see if this is public, whoever's in there? Or did you get a notification for this, Paul? How you doing? I know I went live pretty quick on the walk and talk, but it seems like we are. All right, so Tulsi Gabbard, why does she matter? More than ever right now. It's pretty simple. You know, if you saw her Twitter account today, she's one of the only people talking about the anti-war agenda at all, right? And the fact that Trump tweeted out that we've got to wait for Saudi Arabia to see what they say about these latest drone attacks. Why are we waiting for Saudi Arabia for anything? For anything? I don't understand. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me at all. But it should, because hey, we have hundreds of dollars in arms deals with them. So that makes sense, right? So there's that. And there's the fact that, you know, we both seem to want to go into Iran for some reason, even though that's pretty much suicide. You know, it's a terrible, terrible plan. I mean, will we win? I don't know. Did we win in Iraq and Afghanistan and Syria? Is it that kind of win? What are we talking about here? What's winning at this point? So anyway, she put out not only a tweet calling Trump Saudi Arabia's bitch, which I don't know how you argue that, especially what he tweeted out. And there's a couple articles out there on what's so wrong with it. But then she also, there's like a 2-minute clip, and we're going to play the 2-minute clip. And she breaks down so much, you know, and I think she has credence as a soldier. I don't agree with everything she says. I'm not a huge Tulsi Gabbard fan, that's for sure. But, you know, compared to everybody else who was on that podium, everybody else, I mean everybody else. Is anybody else watching those terrible Democratic debates? I'm watching them, okay? And compared to everybody else, she is heads and shoulders above them. She's one of the only people talking about the real issues that should concern you and I, right? So if you did watch the last one, it took over 90 minutes for them to talk about anything foreign policy. Anything foreign policy. Now, how many people in the United States media are talking about how these drone strikes have already been claimed by the Houthi rebels in Yemen, who Saudi Arabia attacks first? Anybody? Bueller? No? Nobody? Sorry, guys. I had somebody calling me. We're going to try to make sure that doesn't break up again. Somebody running behind me.
Are you live streaming?
Oh, Kaler, one of the greatest human beings of all time. We need to do a video together, Kaler.
We should. We definitely should.
No, tell people who you are.
All right. Well, this is I'm Kaler. I've been friends with Jason for a while now. I'm pastor of a local church here in town called the Redemption Movement. Now I'm also pastoring River Street Baptist. So we do an outreach ministry where we take people home from the bars at night for free. So.
And you've been doing that how many years now? 4?
6.
6 years, and we actually worked at a soul-crushing tech company together, where it was very difficult for me to even bear being there in many respects. But Kaler's the real deal. You started on a St. Patrick's Day by strapping a large green hat to your car.
No, yeah, we eventually did that. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is also what I'll say. There is a little mini documentary out there of you doing this. What's it called? Only on a Rides?
Yep.
And where can they find that?
That's on we got our YouTube page. Just type in the Redemption Movement, and you can find our video. And Jason had a hand at helping create that video. So had a lot of fun just hanging out at his house, doing some editing, some voiceovers. So
this is the real deal, guys. Just so you know, I always talk about good people, good community. This is about the best person I've ever met in my life. Okay, and that's the truth. So I wish this thing wasn't getting interrupted. I'm gonna go. We were talking Saudi Arabia. Hopefully, listen, we're gonna get you on the actual show.
All
right? I love you.
Hey, stop by our Water Street place. Come on, we're back there on Water Street now.
All right, sounds good. All right. So, man, I'm totally off on this and talking about foreign policy in Saudi Arabia since I just ran into him. But guys, I mean, that's the real deal. That's a dude that's totally selfless. That I remember when I met him. He's a pastor from Missouri, and he came up here to upstate New York a lot different. Okay, a lot different than what I would say anybody would be used to. And he walked. I can't. The things that he's done for some of the homeless people here are absolutely tremendous. So big props to Kaylor Carpenter, man. If you can give to something, the redemption movement is worth it. And you know, everybody knows I'm not a religious watch, and I don't know if you all thumbs it up because I just lost about a third to a fourth of you, but I am sorry. Again, let's get back to Gabbard for a minute. Hopefully we're back on the stream and people are going to join again. Let's get back to Gabbard. She was polling better than Cory Booker. She was polling better than Amy Knoblar or whatever the hell her name is. She was polling better than Beto O'Rourke, who now gets media attention because he's like, I'm going to take the guns. It's a cartoon show. And that was the best he looked at any debate, and he looked horrible. But we can't have Tulsi Gabbard up there. We can't have somebody who tells it like it is. We can't have somebody who's saying, why would Saudi Arabia dictate our foreign policy? Oh, they're our friends, Jason. Sure they are. They're our buddies. And here's the other thing, you know, I talked about this with Patrick Henningsen. At some point, they're already set up to fall and fail, right? They've already been associated in the mainstream media with the 9/11 attacks, which seems to be a death sentence whenever they want it to be. Selective enforcement, selective outrage, et cetera, et cetera. We've already talked about the Pakistani connection ad nauseum. We've talked about the Israeli connection ad nauseum. We've talked about the shadow government connection ad nauseum. You know who hasn't? The media. They focused on Saudi Arabia. So at one point, it's like the global energy supply has been attacked. And Trump sticks by his boy Pompeo, the former CIA director, Secretary of State, somebody who laughed on stage about how we lied, we cheated, we steal. There were entire courses on it, right, Karma? Karma, did you take any courses on that? I don't know that she did, okay? We lied, we cheated, we steal. And you think people would get concerned? They're not concerned at all, at all. So my point being that at some point, it seems like Saudi Arabia is set up to fail. But at this point, no. World's energy supply. We must unite with Saudi Arabia and Israel against Iran. And I guess that the Houthi rebels that took responsibility for the attack, you know, since they've been bombed since 2015, number one, there should not be believed, and there should be no justification for them responding to military action. Now, I know Ron Paul is one of the few people that's doing anything on this right now. But he's like, look, the Houthis didn't just attack the Saudis. That's not what happened at all. That's exactly imagination land. And yet, for some reason, we think it's okay to bomb a nation into oblivion, do whatever we like to them, and they're not ever allowed to respond. They're not ever allowed to respond. Geez, what's going on here? We got a whole thing going on. I did not think I was going to be walking into this. I just wanted to go for a park walk. Interesting enough. But it looks like they're putting down some stuff. Come on. Okay. So the question is, how far can this go, right? I hope it doesn't go to an actual conflict where we have to send our family members over to fight for what? The world's energy supply. It's the world's energy supply. I mean, is that worth it? And the other thing is, we know that companies are going to capitalize on this, and what? We're going to see an increase in the price of gasoline at the pumps, no matter what, to help along with the fear mongering. And listen, when you've got that, 60-mile commute two ways, and your car's getting, 22 miles to the gallon, 18 miles to the gallon, 22 miles to the gallon, that can hurt a little bit, right? Gets in your head. Those damn Iranians, how dare they? Yeah, and by the way, guys, I'm not even sold on how these attacks happened. You know what I'm saying? I know the Houthi rebels and their spokespeople are saying they figured out a way to get their drones in and get by security. I'm not sure that that even matters, since Iran is to be blamed. The Houthi rebels will soon be Iranian Revolutionary Guard sympathizers, enemy combatants, or what's the new one, right? We got another one. Oh, yeah. What is it? Insurgents? No, we've had insurgents for a while. It might be the sympathizers of the Iranian. The proxy networks. The proxy networks, of course. How could I forget them? And the bottom line is, it's going to end us up into a big shitstorm in the Middle East. All on the heels, if you watched my video yesterday, of apparently, now it's being reported, that Trump and Bolton's falling out. It wasn't Camp David and the Taliban, although he should have held those meetings, right? It was actually Trump saying, you know what? Maybe we should ease those sanctions on Iran and see what happens. Peace? What? What? No. And apparently Bolton, he combed that mustache with his hands, and he was so angry he couldn't believe it. He wants military action, Iran. That's his thing. It's been his thing vocally for well over 15 years. So again, we'll see who he puts in office after Bolton. I'm sorry about all the technical difficulties on this stream. Karma, technical difficulties were tough, huh? You did get to meet Kaylor Carpenter, who will be a guest on the show, though. Remember, the Redemption Movement, they're people on the ground in their community making the world a better place. You should go check them out 100%. You can go see that video that tells their story called Oneana Rides. I think it's great, obviously, because I put it together. But other than that, guys, I'm having a nice little afternoon. I got to make a phone call after this, which isn't going to be a fun one. But whatever, you got to do it sometimes. Karma, she's doing good. She's on the curcumin. She's on the vitamin E. She's on the fenbenzidol. And what else is the other little thing we put in there? Curcumin. Oh, yeah, the CBD. Can't forget the CBD. Honest Pause, a good product. She's smiling. She's really not limping as much as she usually does. We're on those big, long park walks she wasn't supposed to have. Tomorrow, or 2 days from now, it'll be 5 weeks since she got that 2-week to 2-month death sentence. So we'll see. I can't say anything other than if this is the end for her, at least she's enjoying it, and I love her very much. And I love you guys. So I'll see you on the flip side.